and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on Julius Caesar, and today we get to hear from Mark Antony in Act 3, Scene 1. Which, there's a lot of really long scenes in this play, just let's put that out there. So anyway, in Act 3, Scene 1, Caesar was killed by the conspirators while they were in the Senate house. They surrounded him and stabbed him, and he was obviously upset by this with the et tu, Brute, then falls Caesar, and then he dies. And then all of the conspirators decide that they're gonna wash in Caesar's blood, so they've all got these bloody hands, and they're gonna walk through the town and let everybody know that they've killed this tyrant, and now everybody's free, and this blood is freeing them, and blah, 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 all that kind of fun stuff. And then Mark Antony comes in, and he sends a servant to make sure that it's safe for him to come in, which it is. And then he comes in, and he's asking why Caesar had to be killed. And Marcus Brutus, I think this was yesterday. Let's take a look at what yesterday was. I think yesterday was Marcus Brutus, wasn't it? Yeah, yesterday was Brutus saying, no, you're not gonna die instantly in front of us. We have no plans to kill you right now at this exact moment, but tell us, why you're here, what is it that you're looking for, that sort of thing. And Mark Antony's like, really, I want to know why Caesar had to die. And Brutus is like, we had really good reasons, and we need to, calm the people first, but then we'll let you know what these really good reasons were for killing Caesar. And Mark Antony says, I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, will I shake with you. Next, Caius Cassius, do I take your hand. Now Decius Brutus yours, now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna, and my valiant Casca yours. Though last, not least in love, yours, good Trebonius. Gentlemen all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar, oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than death to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes? Most noble, in the presence of thy corse, had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy lethe. O world, thou wast the forest to this heart, and this indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer stroken by many princes dost thou here lie. So this has a lot going on, and for several reasons. It's interesting that he runs around and he shakes hands with each of the conspirators whose hands are covered in Caesar's blood. So now Mark Antony is by proxy covered in Caesar's blood. And it's interesting that he shakes Trebonius's hand last, because Trebonius is the one that escorted Mark Antony away so that he wouldn't be there to stop the murder. So Trebonius was not actually there necessarily bathing in the blood of Caesar, but now Mark Antony has bathed Trebonius in the blood of Caesar with this gesture of friendship, running around and shaking everybody's hands. But then he gets a little sidetracked and he sees the body of Caesar lying there, and he's like, is this worse, that I'm making up with the people who killed you than it would, like, if Caesar's ghost is leaving the body and looking down on me now and sees me making peace with all the men that just killed him, isn't that worse? And he continues to sort of eulogize Caesar a little bit more, to the point where Marcus Brutus is like, sorry, excuse me, what's the point of what you're saying? And Mark Antony's like, oh, sorry, I got sidetracked by the body of Caesar. Really, just, can you tell me why Caesar died? And they're like, Brutus is like, yes, we'll have we'll have reasons for you, and blah, blah, blah. And Mark Antony is also like, also, can I say a few words at Caesar's funeral? And Brutus and Cassius go off to the side to have a little powwow about this. And Cassius is like, this is not a good idea. Don't let him speak at the funeral because he's going to turn everybody against us. And Brutus is like, no, we'll keep him under wraps. We'll make sure that it's cool. So they go back and they say to him, okay, Brutus is going to speak at the funeral first, and then you'll be allowed to say a couple words, but you're not allowed to say anything bad about any of us. That's the deal. Is that cool? And Mark Antony's like, yep, that's great. Thank you. That's all I wanted, was to be able to say a few words over my dead friends. And then everybody leaves the scene except for Mark Antony and obviously the body of Caesar, because he's dead. He's not going to get up and walk away anytime soon. And tomorrow we get a moment of just Mark Antony and the corpse of Julius Caesar on stage, and we get a little bit more into the head of where Mark Antony is right now. We're going to be hearing a lot from him this week, but it's really good stuff. It's really good stuff. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.